makeup some point today. Hello, and welcome back to another tutorial. And yet again, another day of me not being able to talk properly. Because of this. And this. Today we are going to be doing a broken mask Splicer from Bioshock. Now, it's not an exact representation of a Splicer, it's just my interpretation of pretty much a Splicer who's had the mask maybe burnt to their face or maybe surgically even applied to their face. Splicers are the enemy from the first Bioshock game. But if you like what you see, keep on watching, you can find out how to do it for yourself. Subscribe today for more videos, as there will be more Halloween tutorials coming very, very soon. Show some love, share with your friends, and enjoy! I normally wait till the end to put in contact lenses, but because these are 3/4 lens glare lenses, they're a bit of a pain to actually apply, so that's why I put them in first. Now, to build up the rabbit nose and mouth area, we're just going to be using a mixture of cotton pads and liquid latex. When using the pads, you want to make sure that you're actually halving them because quite chunky otherwise. So with a half a pad, I'm just popping that straight in my nose and carving out the rabbit nose shape first of all. Then just underneath, I'm taking a pad, halving it, and then halving it again to create little quarters, and it's the easiest way to get that great rabbit mouth shape. The whole process of building up the mask can be fairly tedious. It does take quite a while to do, as it's literally just a case of putting cotton down, layering it with latex, and so on and so on. Now, I'm being really careful when working around the mouth area. I'm not putting the latex so far in my mouth that I'm having to like eat it or anything, but I'm making sure that it is on the lip because obviously I don't want to ingest any latex because it's really bad for you. And I'm just adding more cotton just to sort of puff up the mouth area to give it a nice sort of roundness. And with the standard Pritt stick, I'm just going ahead to cover my brows because it's just going to make it a lot easier when it comes to covering them with paint and such. And just with a piece of rolled up cotton with latex, I'm just marking out the edge of the mask, and both sides I'm just gluing it down with the latex. If you have Spirit Gum or Aquafix or, Prozade, anything like that, you're more than inclined to use that. It's just that this is the only thing that I had at hand and it's fairly easy to use. And going ahead, just with more cotton, I'm literally just building up the area around so it's not just a sharp edge that you're getting. Again, I just made the eye socket area just with some rolled up cotton and latex. Now, this area obviously do need to be very, very careful because I am working around the eye. You want to try and make sure that you get latex which is fairly mild to your skin. You don't want anything with any high ammonia because you will start to cry and obviously it can affect your skin as well. Now, with the cotton pad, I'm literally just gluing down the edges and I'm trying to avoid the brow as much as possible because, as I've said before, liquid latex on hair is not nice to get out. So I'm literally just latexing over it, but just trying to make sure that the latex doesn't seep through to touch the eyebrow. Now, I've literally just made a little broken earpiece out of just lots of cotton and latex and tried to make the ends quite jagged. And I'm just doing the exact same thing, sticking it on with some latex and then going around it with more latex and then more cotton on top of that as well. Now, I'm applying the latex, as you can see, with the end of a brush. The reason being, anything with fibres in it, the latex gets in instantly and pretty much ruins your brush. So try and use something like a spatula or like even just what I'm doing with the end of a brush is absolutely fine. I'm also using a lip pencil just to carve out where I'm wanting the broken mask to end up. And just using a BB cream, I'm just putting over the areas that aren't going to be the mask areas. And taking a white body paint and stippling brush, I'm just going in to cover the entirety of the mask as much as possible. Moving on to eyeshadows, I'm just using a salmon colour to go around the mask, and the reason being is because I want it to look sore, or as if it has been burned on the skin, so it looks fairly gruesome and, you know, irritated. And then after that I'm just using a warm brown to start carving out the cheek areas and any areas that I want to sort of enhance, so around the chin, around the sides of the lips, around the eye, just to make it look really tired and again really irritated. And with a big blusher brush I'm just going ahead and blending everything out. I want to make sure that there's no harsh edges. During the makeup for the face, you want to make sure that you are building up the colour, so literally just a case of applying over the same areas with different colours, just to make sure you've got a really nice gradient. So I'm using dark brown, and then after that I use near enough a black, but it has a red pigment to it. The whole point in the makeup is just to make you look really tired and run down and sickly and pretty much as gross and emaciated as you can make yourself. I'm wanting to further that sort of sore and irritated look, so I'm just going in with a red eyeshadow and going into the edges of the mouth and anywhere that I want to look really sort of sore. Now just to enhance the shadow underneath the mask, I'm just going ahead with a brown eyeshadow just around the edges and blending it out. Now as the mask was a little bit too white and too perfect, I was wanting to sort of enhance the edges as well as dirty it up a little bit. So I'm just going ahead with the brown eyeshadows, a light one first of all, then a darker one on top of it. And I'm just enhancing any edges that I want to bring out in the mask and blending the rest out. The areas I focused on was just the cleft in the rabbit mouth, around the nose area and around the eye socket and ear. Now I'm using just a dry brush and a smidge of black body paint, and I'm just again going around the edges to enhance that shadow. Now to create the break in the mask, all I'm creating is a small black area where the impact would have first happened, and all the little legs sort of coming off it will create that sort of shattered effect. Sort of looks like either a crazy web or a crazy spider, to be honest, but once you've worked all the areas that you want, you can add in small pieces that are broken and just get really creative with it. Now I'm using a black body paint for this, but it is a lot easier to actually use liquid eyeliner, mainly because the brushes you'd get in a liquid eyeliner are normally a lot finer. Again, I'm just going in with a really dark brown eyeshadow just to sort of muddy up the edges a little bit. And on top of that, I'm just going ahead with a red eyeshadow and going over the edges just to bring out that sort of soreness. Create the scars around the mouth, I'm just taking a lip pencil, and this is a skin tone but it leans more towards a brown, and I'm just marking out where I want the scar to be first of all. To create the actual scarring effect, you'll need a product called Rigid Kolodion. This stuff basically sinks in the skin around and basically shrinks it a little bit and creates this really nice glistening scar texture. Now, as the mask was still too pristine for my liking, I went ahead just with a stippling brush and lots of red body paint, and I'm literally just stippling red all over it to make it look really bloody and messy, and then lining my eyes with a brown eyeliner. And that is our look complete. I hope you enjoyed the look, and I would definitely advise to check out the game because I mean it's a great game, plenty of jump scares, and especially on the way to Halloween it's worth a go. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Sexy! Super sexy. I am so white.